Hey peeps, welcome to a meditation stream. It has been a while since I've done one of these. However, I've been looking forward to this for a while. I've known about this introduction for about a week, but it's just good to be back to be doing one of these meditation streams. So I didn't think it was going to come this soon, but here we are. Happy Jupiter and Neptune Conjunction in Pisces. And at this time, at least at the time I'm recording this video, the sun is just sextiled Saturn. So this will give us just a little bit more of a push towards the finish line when it comes to our dreams. So this is a time now to really think of everything that is possible in our lives. Now, apparently, the last time that this conjunction happened was 166 years ago, I believe. So, this is literally a once-in-a-lifetime event that's occurring in terms of this Pisces conjunction. So the next one will be happening until like the 2100s. So like I think it was like 2116 and 2114 is the next conjunction in this time. So this is like really the time where you set your lifetime goals into perspective. This is like the time. This is where you really see into the far-flung future. With this one, but I'm doing this to reassure you. Not yet, Belle. Not yet. We're gonna get to you in a bit. But I want to assure you that you don't have to figure it all out today. That's with anything in life. You don't have to figure it all out today. I think the best way, or at least one of the best ways you could use today, is to just be able to start dreaming again. Because Jupiter is all about expansion and possibility and exploration. And Neptune is all about, in particular, spirituality, spiritual exploration, spiritual expansion, seeing the possibilities of how much better society can get. And I think especially the last couple of years, we have been feeling really compressed. Like it just feels like we can't see a complete way out. We have recovered considerably, but it still feels like we're a long way to go from being able to see the big picture or being able to do the things that we've wanted to do. Like, I've had to give up the possibility of studying abroad during my graduate program, because at the rate I'm going a bit too fast for it, and then also the program isn't opening back up for foreigners until 2023, which is going to be well past my graduation. So I've been compensating with doing a language class. So, not gonna lie, that dipped in my spirits a little bit. However, it doesn't mean that that's still not a possibility in the future. So, this day, this time period, because this energy of this conjunction is going to last until November. So you've got plenty of time to think about it. Today just happens to be the peak of this conjunction, the peak energy's conjunction. So that's why everybody's making a big deal about it. But the reality is, the energy is going to last through the rest of this year. So you've got plenty of time to think about what it is you truly want out of your life. What are things that you want to experience? What are things that you want to come true? So today's ceremony here is more so to just open your calm the storm and open your mind, clear the skies a little bit, to just see what it is that brings you back to life, what excites you, what makes you want to wake up in the morning or get out and do something, or just what makes you excited, and do more of that. This is what today is for. It's for you to just figure that out, because at some point in the way, you may have forgotten that. Whether it's you just forgot how to have fun, knowing that fun is possible even when you're older and wiser, or even if you do happen to be able to continue that excitement in your career, you may still feel that bit of drudge or dread about how much you're going to be able to maintain. And those are perfectly normal feelings. So what I hope to help with today is to give you more space for you to move around, as Jupiter always does, and for you to start opening your eyes to the various blessings that are out there, because there are a ton of things. There are a ton of wonderful things waiting for you. And I hope to give you the space to see them. I just want to help you see them. So I hope this helps a ton. So if you've got some tools with you, you're welcome to pull some out now. Today is going to be a very simple thing for me. So in terms of stuff that I'm doing, we're just going to be sitting with ourselves for a little bit. I've got this beautiful Aura Smudge spray that I got from a really nice shop in Philadelphia. It's a juniper sage spray that establishes sacred space, as I am weaning off the usage of white sage in my practice. So pretty much, unless it's gifted to me, which this was, unless it's gifted to me, or I happen to come across an authentic source, I will not be using white sage anymore. So this is like my next to last bundle. So I'm using juniper sage here, and then for incense today, I'm going to be using this Japanese sandalwood incense from Morningstar. I've been using them for a while. I haven't started using them again until recently, so it's kind of been nice to go back to my roots a little bit. And then I felt like doing some card reading today. I felt like doing it yesterday, but I feel like today is better, or during the weekend, but today is a better day. And since it's Sakura season, Sakura blossoming season, and this week is the peak of the season, I am doing the Sakura cards for my pool today. And excuse me. Later on this week is a full moon, and later on this week, the end of this week is a full moon. So I brought my moon magic candle here. And this weekend, well, this week has also been like the early part of Ramadan. Passover is coming up, and then Easter is coming this Sunday. So a lot of high holy days are coming this week, and on top of that, there's a full moon coming up. So it's a very, very auspicious week, and this is a very interesting start to it. So it feels like a perfect time to just settle down and see what happens. So, I'm also going to be playing some music for you today, which I did not expect to do. This is from the channel The Innate, which is the music channel of Luninate's channel on YouTube. I have been a big fan of Lunanate for years. I even considered getting her Reiki services back when she was located in New York. She has now long since moved to Florida, but I still go to her videos. She recently has done like 2 Reiki role plays where she plays like a Reiki practitioner best friend, and they have been really helpful role plays for the past couple days. Though her skills are genuine. Her skills are very genuine. So if you want to experience genuine, beautiful Reiki energy, but you're unable to afford or see a Reiki practitioner for now, she's the real deal. So check out Lunanate. I've linked all her stuff in the description. I've linked the track that I'm using here today, as well as her channel and her and her shop. So if you want to find more of her stuff, please go check her out. Please go support her, because she's really nice, and her videos are really, really creative and wonderful. So please go check them out. Also, my mentor, Sama Corral, also has reopened her Awakened Goddess training for this year's new class, new group. So if you want to sign up for that, please check out her YouTube channel, Flourishing Goddess, or her website, flourishinggoddess.com. I didn't get a chance to link that in the description, but I can easily post that in the comments after this ritual is over. So yeah. Without further ado, let us go ahead and get right to it, shall we? So I'm going to go ahead and play this track. And this is to help encourage a flow state as well as creativity, which is a good thing to have during this period, because this is a time for you to break free from those binds, from those ties that bind, more or less. So we're gonna prep our space here with some R spray here. It smells nice. It feels really good. It's juniper sage. Apparently the vendor said that it's a huge hit among her shop. The shop is called Garland of Letters. It's been around since like the 1970s, 1980s. Pretty long time. Like, my dad still shops there. And apparently this is a very popular spray. So, it's a good thing when people have gone to that over and over again. So we got some water to reflect the water element. I think it's either Pisces or Cancer is my only water element that's in my chart, if you're going by the tropical system. So this is a very significant moon for me. Anyway, let's go ahead and light up this candle. For those who are curious about this one, this is from Art of the Root. We have some really nice candles and soaps. If you want to try them out. Got a nice candle here. Has some nice herbs. And 4 moonstone pieces. We're gonna establish things further by adding a little bit of sage here. Anything that you need to release, any frustrations of the day, anything that felt difficult, or just being able to just release the day. Release whatever you carried when you got here. You could drop it here. You don't have to pick it up, but if you do have to pick it up after this, it'll still be there after this is over. The wind started to come and play. Hello, wind. Wanted to open the window a little bit to get some air, because it got pretty nice during the second half of the day. And then we got some incense here. May it bring our intentions up to the ether. And may our dreams, and may our wishes that bring us to our highest and greatest good, and all that potential, may it all come to pass. Okay. Alright. Now I've got the 4 elements at play here. Let's go ahead and open up for some universal support during this time. I set my vision for this period, focusing my will and intention on the dreams within my heart. I open my mind and spirit to receive and allow energies to flow that will co-create my intention in full alignment with my highest good and the highest good of all beings. I receive support from the north and the elder spirits who bring me wisdom. I receive flow from the west and the grandmothers who encourage my trust. I receive strength from the south and elements of courage to empower me. I receive inspiration from the east and fuel for the long journeys ahead. I receive wisdom from my Creator, the essence of all life, and I allow that knowing to flow and move freely through me. I root deeply into Pachamama, trusting that she can hold me steady during the storms of life. And I connect powerfully with Source, attuning to universal frequencies of love. As above, so below. As within, so without. I welcome universal spirit support from all directions, and give thanks for spirit guidance. Amen, Aho, and so it is. And that's from the Book of Blessings Rituals. That was a few years back. And this is smelling really good right now. Just move this a little bit over here. A little bit of room. I can bend my legs a little. Alright. Now, what I would like you to do is to just sit down and contemplate for a little bit. Just for now, just let the music just take you to where you need to go. And think about 3 things. 3 prompts. Things that you like, that you do pretty often or you try to do often. Things that you haven't done in a while. Things you like that you haven't done in a while. And things that you like to try or do more of. So if you're not able to go too far ahead right now, that's okay. Again, this energy is going to be around regardless if you do it today, tomorrow, or a few weeks, or a few months, or even a few years from now. Even if you miss this conjunction entirely, this particular conjunction in particular, you still have permission to dream. You still have the ability to see something bigger than yourself and within yourself, and knowing that you have that power within you as well. Let's take a moment to focus on those 3 things. Things you love doing. Things you haven't done in a while or like to start again. And things you like to try. Or even if you want to go beyond that, or if you feel ready to go a little bigger, what would you like to see the world turn into? Like, what improvements would you like to see in this place that we call Earth? And keep in mind, it's not going to affect just one set of people, or just your family, or just your friends. You're involved as well. I think that's the big mistake we often see with the way we tend to interpret activism, is where we often see saving one group at expense to yourself. No. It's more so establishing support where up until that point, it was probably absent for you and somebody else. And now it's going to be available to everybody. And everybody includes you. Let that sink in for a moment. Everyone includes you. Okay? So, with that, let's just go ahead and settle in for a little bit of reflection. If you want to journal, that's fine. For me, I'm just going to settle in and feel how this energy feels. And then we're just going to go ahead and get to the reading. So, take a couple minutes to relax. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay? Gently start to come back here. Special thanks again to Moon and Nate and our second channel for giving us that beautiful music right there. How's everyone feeling today? I know after all this overwhelm, it's nice to be able to feel that we can breathe for a little bit. You know? It's really nice to breathe. Well, I'm still figuring out what my life is going to be. In terms of how I want to feel, I definitely will want to live a life where I wasn't driven by fear. I mean, there's a big difference. There's not to be confused with being absent of fear. We don't want fear to be completely eliminated, because we need to find some way to make sure that we realize we're making a big decision and being aware of a life or death situation. What I mean is, I don't want fear to be like my default response for everything. I want to be able to go into life with much more confidence, but also with a bit of humility of remembering where I've come from. Remembering to give back and where I want to go. And I think if there's one wish that I think I had for the collective, is that I think just to remind people that your mind's very powerful. You can do so many amazing things. I just want people to realize that. And also that magic is real. Whenever we think about magic and the divinity, we often think of things that happen in an instant, that there are things that have to happen in this certain way, or this certain commanding over. I don't know how to explain it per se, but like there's some sort of like instantaneous expectation that people tend to have when it comes to magic, or something out of The Craft or Harry Potter, where it's supposed to be more dramatic. It's like if a change happens, that it's supposed to be dramatic. It can be dramatic, not necessarily in that way, but it can be a dramatic change. But also, I think we also forget that there are also the more subtler things, the more subtler signs that something significant is happening, or even the tiny things, like somebody having a hug one day, or a hug that they didn't know they needed, but it changed the way that they saw things. Or walking down a park and seeing a beautiful flower, or kids laughing and playing together, or a delicious piece of food. You might have had it several times, but that today just felt more delicious than any other day. Moments like that. That's magic. I wish for people to experience more of those beautiful moments. Have a little bit of the spirit touched in them. You don't have to be religious or super spiritual to feel that. But just the capability of being able to love and give that love to people. That's beautiful. I hope we all get to experience that, and we use that energy to just make the world so much better. To be able to live fully just because we can. To have clean water. A wonderful community. Food, shelter. All of our fundamental needs met. So then we can focus on the bigger picture. Saving our planet. Saving our world. And exploring the universe. You know? And it's not just for the rich and young. Anybody can do it. That's my wish today. And we have it every day. So on that note, let's go ahead and shuffle these cards, shall we? I did for myself a long time ago. Alright, let's do this. So, what can we learn to expect during this space and time from the Jupiter-Neptune Conjunction? What advice would you like to provide to us as of today? It's a time when you don't hold back. I thought it's going to be a hard hitter here. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. Let's just say no, don't hold back. This is going to be a hard hitter. I've got a little nervous here. I'm also excited. Let's see what she has to say. Itchy a little bit. Oh, I'm going 6 today. Ooh, 7. Okay. I'm gonna read the book on this thing. Here we go. So, first card. Through. So I got the through. Move this candle up front so at least you can see it. There you go. The through. It's card number 1. Card number 2 is the wave. Card number 3 is fiery. Card number 4. The miracle. You see that? Some good stuff coming up. We're also going through some pretty intense shifts, but it makes total sense considering what this moon has. The arrow. The light. and the move. I probably was like kind of wondering, did I shuffle these cards properly? But these are the cards that came out, so we're gonna be reading them. So here we go. Wrong book. Okay, so first is the through. Find my page here. I apologize for making this a mess. Separate plans. Card meanings here. I have it tabbed. I'm just gonna remember which tab is it precisely, because I've written a lot in this book. I haven't even gotten through like the first half. There we go. Here it is. Oops. So, we've got the through first. The through. Transition. Impatient, eager, be patient, be present. Pretty straightforward stuff. We've got the wave. Force of change. Abrupt change. Detox. Cleansing. Starting anew. Clean slate. There we go. Force of change, abrupt change, detox, cleansing, starting anew, clean slate. And we've got the fiery, strong will, passionate emotions, fiery temper, lashing out, emotional handling, passion. We got the miracle, which is this artist exclusive card here. It's not part of the show, but I feel like it's just important to have. Divine blessings, turnaround, divine intervention, universe's favor. We've got the arrow, laser point focus, honing skills or gifts, trying your best, practice, ambition. Then we've got the light, embracing inner goodness, unconditional joy, trusting in the universe, sharing your light with others. And finally, we have the move. Moving or dodging bad vibes, resilience, moving on your own terms. Avoid negativity. Pretty straightforward stuff, really. So, if you are changing something, if you are shifting something, you need to be patient with yourself and with the universe, because ultimately you have your time, the divine has theirs, and oftentimes they are not going to match up. It may seem slow in one moment, and the next moment it could be abrupt, really rapid, just like that. And, you know, and then when it's something especially that you've been waiting for a long time, it's okay to be angry about it not happening sooner. It's okay to wonder, why did it have to wait until this point? Why couldn't it have come sooner? Why couldn't it have come when I actually needed it? Why couldn't you have helped me? Like, it's okay to be angry. It's not okay to hurt people while you're angry. Whether physically, emotionally, spiritually, etc. Not okay to do that. It's okay to feel frustrated. Because we may have held up so much control for so long But know that there is good coming your way. There was a lot of good. There's a lot of miracles. There's a lot of beauty coming your way, and you can actually do something about it as well. Put your focus on something that you really, really enjoy. This is why I asked those 3 questions earlier about things that you already do that make you happy, things that you haven't done in a while that you like to get back into, and things that you want to try. That's going to bring in those things that, or maybe those themes that you hope to share. Like, if you want to share with other people, you can keep it to yourself too, but if you want to share that joy with other people, that's your well. That's your well to tap into. That's your passion space, your center. Once you find your center, you're sure to win. Yeah. I love Mulan, the movie, like the anime movie Mulan. Really love that film. And when you're able to experience joy, when you're able to see joy in your sights, it's so much easier to share it with other people. So much easier to share it with other people when you know it yourself, and you know how to tap into it regularly. And of course, there are going to be obstacles. There are going to be things that come up. There are going to be things that come in your way. The key things to always have hope in mind. Don't let those things get to you. Sometimes they might, but don't let that despair be your best friend, you know? Don't let it sit there. It's okay to move forward. Grieve and then move forward. But then more importantly, to remember, there are so many kinds of love out there. There was a YouTube video, YouTube channel, something with Beyond in it. Let me see if I can find it. But it talked about this episode from The Simpsons where Homer went from being existentially down on himself after getting fired to being fired up enough to save his town. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe the channel. Made to Express. That's what it's called. Made to Express. Made #2 Express. Made a really good video. I watched it earlier this weekend, and I watched it, and I cried for what felt like the first time in a long time. Like, genuine bawling tears. Because I felt like up until this point, I just hadn't been able to give myself permission to do that. Not even in a movie context. Like, I've gotten more emotional lately, but I felt like lately I've been locking away so many emotions that it was almost like I was incapable of feeling anything. I was so much about control and locking things down, boxing things up until it explodes. Because I feel like there have been so many times where I felt like nobody gives a damn about how I feel, so I'm not going to share my emotions. I'm not going to share what's bothering me. The thing is, though, it's going to leak out eventually. It's going to come out somewhere. And I think at that point, I just felt safe enough when I watched that video. I felt safe enough to just cry. Like, I cried because I knew at that moment exactly what Made for Express was describing in that video. You can go ahead and watch it yourself if you want to. I'm still waiting for that moment. I'm still trying to figure out that moment that will bring me to life. I mean, being here kind of felt like it's given me that first step. But I'm looking forward to that excitement. I'll know it when I see it, when I feel it. So I'm praying for all of us to have that beautiful moment. Where we all come alive. And we all become the best versions of ourselves. To clarify, best does not mean perfect. Best means just that point where you just, you know, whether you succeed or fail, you still feel like trying, you know? You still see the good in people. You still see love. I think I was going to tie back to that thing that Made to Express talked about in this video as well, is that we get so fixated on one kind of love, we forget there's an infinite number. You may focus on the so-called absence of soulmate love, we forget that there's love from our friends, there's love from our family, there's divine love, even. There's self-love that we can cultivate. All these kinds of love are accessible to us. And even if you don't have necessarily all of those things, somebody out there cares about you. Maybe not to the extent that you probably need to for yourself, but the fact is, somebody cares about you, that they want to be with you. They want to be around you, you know? So please, remember that you are loved. You are loved. And you are love. Okay? It's so infinite. It's all around us. And I hope this time and space has allowed you to remember that and get in touch with that. I wish you all the best. Now before we go, I feel like pulling a few more cards here. Oh yeah, this is when I was in New York City. I pulled these 3 cards while I was at Strawberry Fields on Ash Wednesday. And I'm going back to New York City this Saturday after Easter. So it's kind of a beautiful full circle kind of thing, you know? Alright. Is there any other advice you can give? Ooh. You wanted to come out today. There's 2 more of them. Actually, there's one deck of cards that I really want to get. Give me 1 second here. I should let this in almost sooner. I didn't predict I was going to use this today, but I felt like doing that today. My Goddess Guidance Oracle. I feel like coming into play today. These are 2 cards I also got from New York, which are very true right now. Which is, I mean, regardless of what you pull here, the number one thing you can do for yourself today and from this day onward is to be compassionate and true to yourself. been masking up literally. We forgot we've also been masking up spiritually as well. So, time to take it off, my friend. The spiritual mask, I mean. If you need to protect yourself a little longer, that's fine too. But don't be afraid to be yourself. Because there are people that will like you for you. Okay? So we've got the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, so one card kind of came back in line. And we've got Donna and Vesta. I think these kind of came up even in my, I started using the app Chani, after the astrologer Chani Nicholas. And that kind of popped up in, like, my chart reading, the notion of being a high priestess in your home. Like, your power coming from creating a sanctuary at wherever you're at home. So let's get specific about what these messages could be. So, Eight of Pentacles, I think it also furthers the, idea of craftsmanship and focusing your power on something specific, on something that you know is going to be worthwhile to yourself and to the people around you. And Seven of Swords, I kind of feel in a way it's kind of like protecting what you value most, but also being willing to get your hands dirty. Learn as much as you can. Sometimes you might need to take a little bit of a backdoor to that learning process, but you're still learning, which is the more important part. Don't fall for sabotage, you know. And then find the other. Let me find the book. Where did it go? Don't fall in the fire. All right. And then for Donna and Vesta, I don't really pull these ones that often. I did get Vesta like a few months ago. In fact, I did get a Hestia card from Sage Goddess earlier this year. I could just pull that off because that's a pretty good one too, which is like Hestia is like the Greek version of Vesta. So I'll pull that in a moment. But let's read these two. So for Donna, you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. Your wisdom extends back into the far reaches of ancient times. You've brought this knowledge forward into your present incarnation to be a wave shower so that others may benefit from your experiences. Don't delay in expressing this wisdom. I will assist you in manifesting platforms for your spiritual teaching, whether it's through teaching by example or through writing or speaking. All forms of teaching are equally valuable, no matter how many lives you touch. Lead workshops, write books or articles, look for opportunities to teach, be a role model of peace, honor your divinity, and know that you are a leader. And she's a goddess that can help with manifestation, alchemy, and divine magic. Need I say more? I said earlier that you are a powerful, powerful person. And here's Vesta. Your household situation is improving, either through a move or healthy change in the occupants. There is an undying flame within your soul, and it's the light-seeded spark of your consciousness. Your outer world reflects your inner world. Take a look around your home. Does it reflect warmth? If not, this is easy remedy. oh so important to do. It is a simple task of using your creative imagination to add warm energy to your household. Excuse me. So just lighting the fireplace or some candles, adding cozy blankets and pillows, or displaying greeting cards and fresh flowers. But warming up your outer world, your inner flame responds to needed. This increases your energy level, which automatically shifts all outward appearances toward the better. Watch how these simple steps recharge the flame within everyone in your household. This flame cleanses away negativity and brings in the new with vigor and irresistible invitation. You're moving to a new home, you've just moved, a new person's moving in, someone is moving out, there is an increased romance or harmony in the home, a problem with neighbors is resolving, clear the space in your home, remodel, and know that your house is safe and protected. Or your home is safe and protected. And I just thought of the Hestia card. Let me just pull it off for a sec, and then I'll read it to you. Right back. Okay. So I thought of Hestia because she is the Greek equivalent of Vesta. And her card is Tend Your Fire. It's a collectible card that I got from Sage Goddess. It's limited runs. I don't know how much longer they're going to be running these. But here is the message here. The message of Hestia is, what does home mean to you? When you tend to yourself, your own fire, you become a source of warmth and comfort for others. So, I think this brings the big conclusion that I wanted to share with you, which is take some time to nurture yourself, reparent yourself, take care of yourself, rest, renew, recharge, find ways to enjoy this life. You don't have to put it off anymore. Whoever said that life has to be all serious is lying. It's okay to have fun. Okay? It's okay to have fun. Put on some stand-up later on. Listen to something that makes you feel good. Pull out some old playlists that you haven't listened to in a while. So, to conclude this little ritual, I read you this prayer. Great Spirit, I thank you for this human lifetime you have bestowed upon me, for the vitality and energy that surge through my veins. I thank you for my senses, sight, smell, touch, hearing, taste, and the access they offer to this beautiful world. I'm grateful for the unique gifts you have granted me, the connections with others I know and love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I ask that you continue to bless me with physical health, strength, and peace. Help ease the physical challenges and discomforts of life, so I can pursue my path with vitality and courage. I ask that you keep my bones strong, my blood pure, my mind centered, my lungs clear, and my heart full. I ask for this blessing of wellness so that I may move in the world free of pain, worry, or discomfort, and bless others along the way, sharing with them what you offer so freely and graciously to me. I receive my healing with gratitude. Amen. Aho. so it is. And from this Jupiter-Neptune Conjunction and beyond, I wish you all of the best that this life and the divine has to offer. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Namaste. And with that, our circle has ended, but unbroken still. Thank you, everybody. I hope you feel better today. I certainly do. I am so taking an Epsom salt bath after this. Maybe reading a good book. That sounds really good right now. Maybe write some more of the list of my own. So thank you very much for joining me. I'm so happy to be here. I'm glad you came here. And just overall, I hope you have a good day. And I hope you have a good week. I may come back for the full moon. We'll see. But in terms of other things I do on this channel, I mainly do gaming on these channels. So feel free to check out my gaming streams. I don't know how soon we'll be doing this week, but I know on Sunday we're going to be doing more Escape Simulator, followed by Barony on Monday. But some games I've wanted to play on this channel are some more Dundara, as well as Danganronpa and the Stanley Parable, and also finishing A Fold Apart, despite how aggravated I got yesterday. I also do nerdy card readings, kind of similar to the stuff that I do here, but a little bit more organized. I am going through a bit of a hiatus right now, but if you want to get a reading from me, feel free to still DM me, because I am available in terms of that. And then if you want me to do a reading for you, we can come to a deal. I'm sure we can come up with something that works out for both of us. And then help shows like Pretty Smart, Seis Manos, and Blue Period get a second season with help.netflix.com/en or whatever language you've got /title request, and type down the titles accordingly. I feel like the last one's more guaranteed to get another season. The other two, it's a little bit up in the air. But also, as well, I've heard that there's been a bit of a question in terms of Netflix's animation practices, especially when it comes to really rapid turnover. So please speak up in terms of that to make sure that Netflix gives animators enough quality time to give the best product and also not crunch them towards unreasonable deadlines. Social media in case you want to check out some stuff that I do beyond streams like these. I have TikTok, I have Twitch, obviously, and YouTube. I have a second YouTube channel, which I should be doing an upload pretty much by the end of this semester, so keep an eye out for that. I also have Twitter in case you want to see my updates, as well as Discord in case you want to see my updates in terms of this channel. Speaking of Discord, I got a message somebody that checked out my stream yesterday, so that was pretty nice. And finally, this episode was filmed in the lands of the Lenape and Nanticoke nations. To learn more, especially if you live in the continental Americas, aka Turtle Island, or Australia, or just basically anywhere that was affected by colonization, please check out native-land.ca. That's native-land.ca. So, thank you so much again for joining me today. Hope you have a wonderful week, a wonderful Holy Week, a blessed Passover, a blessed Easter, a blessed Ramadan, whatever it is that you celebrate or you feel is important to you. I hope you have a good time. And, of course, may your heart be your guiding key. Until next time. Bye.